Big up, guys. Welcome to the stream. The buzz, still buzzing, and I still ain't trying to change that in the background. Just hold on a minute, guys. I forgot to change the background. I'll just do that quickly. Hold on 1 second. It's not England. We're not talking about England or international shit anymore. This is about FA Cup. Actually, decent football, good football. Unlike what we saw the other day with England, some of it was good and a great goal by Reece James, but that's about it. Right, hold on a minute, guys. I'm just sorting this out. Hold on 1 second. Just get into this. And yeah, I think that's it. I think I've got it. Righty, and now I'll bring this back on. Hold on, no, I haven't. Have I now? Has it come up? No. I don't know what's going on. Hold on a minute. Oh, what's going on here? Why it's not coming up? Hold on a second. Right. No, still nothing. Hold on. I think I know. Hold on a minute. Sorry about this, guys. It's yeah, I know where it is. It's on my one. Sorry about that. Right, there we go. That's it. I was doing the wrong one, the wrong background. Sorry about that, guys. But anyway, got that on there now. We have got a couple of guests on. I'll bring on very soon. Obviously, I've got this banner here. Everyone's got to abide by this rule, of course. Hey, guys, whoever comes on will be on a timer. And if you go over the time, you will be booted. And if you also go off topic, you will also be booted. So please be aware of that. Cheers. And so that is obviously what will happen when we go through these subjects of these, obviously, the FA Cup quarterfinals. So obviously it's just the summaries, what you think, your opinions, your predictions of the results and everything. The two teams. No going off the subject, off the topic. Stick to that, please, guys. And I'm just almost ready. I'm just sorting something else out here, guys. I won't be long. There should be another guest I should be on, possibly. He should be coming on later. But we'll soon see. He hasn't turned up yet, but got a couple of guests at the moment, and I will be bringing them on very soon. And sorry, I'm actually just sorting my glasses out because I had the wrong glasses on as well. Not a great start to this stream, was it? I had to change my glasses. Sorry about that, guys. And anyway, I'll go quickly through these comments as well. Be up, Warren. Warren's Team Talk. Be up to you, buddy. And I know you're waiting there in the background to come on. And I'll get you on, and Manny, of course, as well very soon. Hi, Mr. B. I'm looking forward to this. I'm glad you are. Yeah, so am I. That's not a great start to it, was it? Didn't have everything quite ready, but never mind. And there's the link there. Anyone else wants to come on, you're welcome to. The link's there. You can join if you want to, the panel. Obviously, you got to stick to, obviously, the timer, as I said. Everyone has to do that when going through these games. Obviously, we have a little bit of a chat to start with. And be up to you, Rich there, Red Devil United. Be up, Mr. B. Be up to you, bro. Thanks for coming in as well. And if you want to come on, you're welcome to. As I say, the link is there. But we are obviously going to all be on a timer. Well, I suppose I'm not as such, so I'm the host, but my guests will be, and obviously we will stick with that. We'll obviously do a little chat to begin with, and then we go into it all to the games and everything. So anyway, but I'll bring my first guest on, who was obviously waiting there and was already in here waiting. So I'll bring him on first, and that's Mr. T, the birthday boy from yesterday. Be up to you, and happy birthday to you yesterday. Hope you had a great one.
Yeah. Yeah, big up to you, Steve. But listen, the audio is still a problem, so you can bring on the other guest, and I'll come back later.
Okay, mate. No worries. No worries. Cool. See you later when you come back. Right. So actually, I'll bring on Warren, and he's patiently waiting. And I don't think you got any audio issues, have you, Warren? I hope not.
No, mate.
No, you're fine. Yeah.
Yeah, my audio's absolutely fine, mate, and so is yours, despite what happened the other night.
Yeah, I keep thinking it's mine, and it probably isn't really. Keep trying to sort it out, and it's other people's, isn't it, man? So anyway, but as you know, Warren, you know the situation here. You know what we're doing here. It's the against the timer and everything. We're talking about the FA Cup today, of course. For Saturday. Back to good games, back to good football, rather than the some of that international shit we had the other day, innit? So, but I'm looking forward to these games. They should be good, should be entertaining. I want to see a new name on that trophy. I mean, I think that'd be brilliant, don't you? Not City or anything. Let's have Bournemouth or someone like that on the trophy.
It'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Be nice to see Preston winning it. If I'm being honest.
Oh, that'd be incredible, wouldn't it? If they won that.
Yeah, because they were the first Invincibles, and there is a funny story about Preston when they won the FA Cup back in the 19th century, right? And basically, what happened was they got to the final, and the Preston captain wanted to have the team group picture of the team photographed with the FA Cup before they'd won it.
Yeah.
Right. So some fella from the FA said, "Don't you think you should focus on trying to win it first before you start doing stuff like that?"
Yeah.
Which I thought was quite funny, because the thing was, when they went invincible, it wasn't just the league games they were unbeaten in. They obviously won every single FA Cup tie as well, because they won the double. So they won the league without losing the game, albeit I think it was 22 games then, and they won all their FA Cup matches. But the FA Cup matches, they were winning like 6, 7, 8. Do you know what I mean? So proper stuff. I just love it to see them go and winning it again after all these years,
Yeah, always root for a minnow, don't we? We love the minnows, man. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, a bit like the bees, mate. We're still considered minnows, aren't we? Unfortunately, but we are. But we're little fish pissing in the big pond, isn't it? The big fish's pond at the moment.
Yeah.
But it's cool, and hopefully we do something, win something someday. But I will bring Manny on anyway, and then we'll get into it. Obviously, the games as well, and obviously I have to bring the timer up, and whoever goes first, whoever does do it, will go on the timer anyway. But I'll bring Manny on first. To you, Manny. Everything okay? Your audio? You back on? You okay, mate?
Yeah, a lot better, Steve. A lot better, Steve. Thanks so much. Big up to you, and big up to Warren as well. And that story that Warren told pretty much puts our own Invincible season into perspective, because we have no business whatsoever claiming that we're the bee's knees just because we went the entire season unbeaten. And any Arsenal fan were a team of the 1990-91 season, which only lost one game, I think that they probably had a much better season than we did. The only reason why, of course, we lost to Chelsea was because Tony Adams, I think, spent the night before the game in the nick, I think, and was unavailable to play. But certainly Preston back in the day were an outstanding team. And of course, they'll be up against Emery's Aston Villa. They shouldn't be discounted, mind you. I think with Robbie Brady still doing very well, they've got a very good chance. But obviously, you've got the schedule up. And Fulham against Crystal Palace will be a very tasty occasion, a London derby. And there's a part of me also that's rooting for Fulham to get through. And then Brighton and Hove Albion, I'd love to see the Seagulls go through. But I've been speaking to a lot of my friends, and we've all agreed basically that, you know, with this mix of teams, it means that, you know, a large number of teams are trying their best to sort of, you know, gain entry to the top table and say, hey, you know what? We are also worthy of being part of the elite group of teams to win an FA Cup. And that's why we love this tournament. Nobody has any business telling me the cup has lost its magic with the teams that we've got in the draw. 7 Premiership teams, 1 team from the Championship, a few former champions, a few former runners-up, and a team that's never even seen the latter stages of the tournament before. And again, all these things about the big teams knocking each other out, that's a big part of why the tournament is so special. And I'm really, really looking forward to this FA Cup weekend after the international break. And I agree with you. That Reece James goal was probably a highlight, I would say. Such a shame he's not playing this weekend because Brighton knocked his club Chelsea out. Oh, well.
Yeah, you're running out of time here, Mr. T. Just talk about the games, the FA Cup,
and once again, my audio is playing.
All right, goodbye. Sorry, what? How'd it be done, mate? I'm sorry, I'm not having it. So yeah, Warren, do you want to take over, mate?
Well, what do you want me to talk about? The games?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah,
FA Cup and all that. Yeah.
Well,
Palace and
let's talk about them in order of the kickoff times. So the first one is Saturday, Fulham against Crystal Palace. I think it's going to be an interesting game, mate, because both teams are dangerous. I mean, Fulham earlier in the season were like really dangerous. I don't know what their form's been like of late, but Palace have started to get their act together, haven't they?
Yeah.
So it could be interesting. And I think, was I right in seeing the other day that their striker's back from injury after being...
Yeah, Mateta, yeah.
After that incident in the Millwall game.
Yeah, brilliant, isn't it? I'm glad, you know.
Yeah, I am as well, because I thought I was worried he was going to be out for a lengthy period of time. So I don't know which way to go with this one, because obviously Fulham have got home advantage, so they've got a slight advantage, but it's difficult to say, really. What do you think, Steve, about this one?
I think Fulham, actually. I'm going Fulham, mate. I think they're a good team. I know Palace have found it in good form still, but I just think Fulham somehow have got that extra summit as well. You know, these ex-Arsenals as well, Arsenal players. You know, ESR and all that, Iwobi and Leno and who's the other one? They got Willian, of course, another ex-Arsenal. I just think they might have a bit too much for Palace. I don't know about you. I mean, I think, Palace still got good players, though. You got Eze and everything, and, of course, Mateta back, and Wharton, and a lot of the others. So I think they're a decent team still, a good team. I just feel they might have a little bit too much, don't you? I reckon.
Well, yeah, I agree with you. I think it depends as well. If Emil Smith Rowe is on form, I think I think it might be the tipping point of the game. Do you know what I mean? He might just sway it more in Fulham's favour because on his day when he's on fire, mate, he's a handful. He really is. And when he was at Arsenal, when him and Saka first come into the team, he was outperforming Saka. He scored more goals and he got more assists.
Yeah.
So, and I really rated him. I was really upset when they got rid of him because I thought he was a decent player, mate.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm going for Fulham just to edge it. I think there's a chance it might go to extra time.
Yeah.
Or penalties, but I think Fulham will just edge Palace because the reason I'm saying about Palace is because of I know they're in good form. So,
yeah. Oh yeah. I see you're going Palace and not Fulham.
Yeah, no, sorry, I'm going for Fulham. Right, sorry, I got confused with my words. Yeah, I'm going just Fulham. I think it's going to be really tight, and I think it might go to extra time or penalties.
I don't know. I'm not so sure. It might go to extra time. You might be right there, buddy. I mean, I'm thinking maybe something like, say, a 1-1 could go to extra time, and then I think Fulham might get at least one or two more in extra time. So I might go a 3-1 Fulham here.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to go for, I think.
Yeah. I mean, if Emil Smith Rowe is on form, then I think Palace will struggle to contain him. Do you know what I mean? Because I know how good he is, mate. And you don't get England call-ups if you're crap, do you? Let's face it.
I know. True.
No. So, yeah, I'm just going slightly in favour of Fulham, but it's going to be really, really tight. So,
are you going to have a score like 2-1 or something? Or
yeah, probably 2-1, mate. Yeah, 2-1. So next one's Brighton against Forest.
Yeah, before we move on, well, I've got Manny back there. I'll bring him on, and then he obviously knows he's got to talk about this because, we can't go wandering off on going on to something else and talk about other things, mate, because we're here to talk about it. I know you know that. But, it's the FA Cup we're talking about here, aren't we? So, not talking about England again or anything. So, I want to move on from all that shit, I'm not impressed with it the other day, so I don't want to talk about it anymore. So, if some people want to, defend him, but I'm not. So that's it. And anyway, so I'll bring Manny back, and we'll obviously get into this. Hopefully, he will do that now. We're just talking about FA Cup, Manny, and we're talking about the games on Saturday. So it's Fulham and Palace. What do you make of that one? Go through the whole thing, like prediction and what you think of the game and the teams and Okay, mate.
Intending at all to talk about England in any way. I was never going to do that. Reading the ticker, and it was just a small thing, and I promised you I wasn't going to do that, Steve. I hope you know that. And it was very interesting hearing Warren talk about Emil Smith Rowe. And obviously, there are a lot of other ex-Gunners in that Fulham team who seem to be doing quite well. I wasn't that big a fan of Bernd Leno, for instance, when he was at Arsenal, rather. And I thought, he was starting to make a few mistakes and getting a little bit cocky. But ever since moving to Fulham, he's actually, turned over a bit of a new leaf, as it were, and has started to become a really good quality goalkeeper. Then, of course, you've got Willian, who was awful with us, but we all knew how good he was at Chelsea. And as far as Fulham were concerned, Willian's so nice, they've signed him twice. and then Alex Iwobi, who seems to have come into his own. I was having a debate really on this issue with Kenny Ken, and I was asking him, some of these players had sort of mixed times with us. I mean, obviously, I remember Emile Smith Rowe quite fondly, but injuries kind of hampered his development. But all of them seem to have thrived a great deal under Marco Silva. Now, I'm of the opinion, and I'm sure Warren might agree with me, that it's all down to the fact that they've got a better manager in Marco Silva, who seems to have a better tactical understanding and has a good has his finger on the pulse a lot more. And maybe it's a case of them having to escape a poor manager in Mikel Arteta. But there's also the school of thought, and Kenny talked to me about this when he said that, you know, in the case of Alex Iwobi, maybe when you leave a bigger club to join a somewhat smaller club, you found your level. And that is something which I can never agree with, because there's never any shame in having to, you know, sign for a club which may not have that much in terms of publicity and clout, just so that you can rediscover your love for the game and enjoy playing football again. I mean, look at Edwin van der Sar. He moved to Fulham after leaving Juventus, and after 4 great seasons, Manchester United, the rest is history. And I do like the way Fulham play, and I think against Crystal Palace, they're probably little see. The Millwall goalkeeper on Jean-Philippe Mateta, and we saw injury and how he said he wanted to continue to play. Now, whether or not we'll have a role to play in this particular tie. If he doesn't, they'll have to depend on another ex-Gunner in Eddie Nketiah, and of course, they got Matt Turner, who's played in every single FA Cup game and not done too badly. Maybe you could say Turner and Nketiah have found their level. But you know, I just think that this is obviously going to be a very tasty sort of London derby, with both teams very eager to prove their worth. But I agree with Warren that Fulham might come out on top, and this obviously could end up being decided in normal time, because I just think man for man, pound for pound, Fulham just have a little bit more of that firepower in them. And especially if Crystal Palace seem to depend a little bit too much on Mateta and Eze, you know, it can be difficult, especially if they end up getting, you know, stifled by Fulham's midfield. So I'm going for a 2-1 win, but it should be in normal time. No need for extra time or penalties. And as for Brighton and Nottingham Forest, you know, there is a part of me that actually thought that Forest would have a little bit of a dip, given that their last 2 FA Cup ties went to penalties against, you know, pretty poor opposition. And for some reason, see this FA Cup as an opportunity to really win some good silverware. And certainly with another ex-Gunner, Danny Welbeck, you know, proving his worth, and, you know, the likes of Mitoma and several others, Georgia Ruter and others, you know, all doing very well. You know, you can't look beyond Brighton, and there is a part of me that thinks that will be a little bit more motivated to do well in this one, while Forest will certainly have a very big fish to fry in terms of securing Champions League football. I just think this is the time when they are going to start to dip a little bit, and this could be a game where they end up coming just short. But it's going to be another cracking FA Cup contest. Brighton edging this 2-1. It'll probably be Mitoma to definitely score one of the goals. I think if Chris Wood is back fit for Forest, which he may be, he may not be, then he'll score. Otherwise, it'll probably be Hudson-Odoi. And how fitting would it be if Danny Welbeck were to repeat his heroics against Newcastle by scoring the winner against Forest? So Fulham and Brighton, these ties for me, but by a scoreline of 2-1. Grandstand finish. And for the winner, it's a trip to Wembley.
Yeah, well done there, Manny. You got in there just in time, at the end of the timer there. So well done. But anyway, as we moved on to that one, we'll have to talk about that one now as well, Warren. So we've gone on to Brighton and Forest now. And by the way, quickly, you said, what did you go for that? 2-1 Palace? Fulham, sorry. Manny, he's gone again. Anyway, fuck off. Anyway, mate, let's get on with it, mate. And right, we've gone on to Brighton and Forest now. So, So what you got to say about this one, mate?
Well, I don't know if you saw that thing on Instagram recently, that Irish fella going on about seagulls attacking people. Well, I think that's going to happen at the weekend. I think if Chris Wood doesn't play, then I think Forest are going to struggle. And I think Brighton will end up winning 2-0, 2-3-0. I just think they'll have too much for them. If Chris Wood's not there, because he seems to be the fulcrum for that whole team. He just be, he seems to be like the figurehead that drives it forward. And without him being there, I don't know who's going to do that for them, really. So yeah, I'm going. I don't think he's going to play because that injury didn't look very good. So yeah, I'm going 2-0 Forest. Sorry, 2-0 Brighton.
Right. Yeah, this is another tough one, isn't it? Tricky one, this, because they're both good teams. They're both going really well. Forest are, right up there, aren't they? Were they third, second? Third, sorry, behind Arsenal. I keep thinking they're going to catch you up and overtake you somehow, but they could. You never know if you slip up. But, I just feel Forest are going great guns, but Brighton, as well, are having an incredible season again. Punching above their weight again, a bit like us some of the time. But I've got a feeling they might just do it like you here, Brighton. I think it might be normal time. I can't see it going to extra time though. This one. I'm gonna go. I think there could be a few goals here. I'm gonna go 3-2 Brighton here. I think there could be a few goals. So, yeah. Well, I'm hoping, but we'll see. It might just be a boring 1-1 or something, or 2-1 or whatever else. I don't know, but I'd like to see a 3-2. But yeah. So I've got to find out because obviously Manny's back now. But we'll see what he went for there because I didn't hear what he said to score. I think he went for Brighton, didn't he? As well.
I think he did, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just quickly listen to what he said there, but hold on a minute, I'll just get rid of this timer and just bring this back up as well. Hold on a minute. So that goes off, obviously, when the timer comes on, unfortunately. But anyway, I think, like you said, I'm going to go 3-2. I hope they do. I hope there's a few goals, but we'll see. But anyway, Manny, what did you go for the Brighton one again? Brighton and Forest? Score?
Yeah, I went for 2-1 wins for Brighton.
Right, both 2-1. Right, okay. Right, so we'll move on to Sunday, of course. And two more big games there, Preston and Aston Villa and Bournemouth, Man City. Well, could Preston cause an upset here? And we'll go with you first here, Warren. What do you think with this one?
I think 1-0 Preston.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I fancy them. I don't know why. Don't ask me to explain it. I don't know. It's probably just like subconscious desire to see the underdog do it. I just want to see him go all the way and bloody lift it. That's what I want.
Yeah, I'd love to see it as well, but I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, Villa, what a team Villa are still, and Rodgers there and Watkins and everyone else, and Manny's number one, of course, Emmy, and all the rest of them. They've got a head of a team, Villa. Your man McGinn, of course, he's there. Warren.
Yeah, I know.
But it's a head of a team, and what's the other guy? Asensio, isn't it? Is it Asensio?
Yeah.
He's quality
And
as well.
And the manager, of course. I really rate Unai, but I don't know. I've just got this thing. I've got this feeling that Preston are going to do it. I don't know why. I can't explain it. It's not based on any sort of, theory or deep thinking about the match or anything. It's just a feeling, a hunch I've got.
Yeah. Or a prayer, a hope, that
Well,
they could do. Yeah.
it'd be just nice to see someone do a Sunderland or a Southampton. Do you know what I mean? And go there and lift it.
Yeah.
Or West Ham even. That was bloody horrible. I was there at the game, but do you know what I mean? Just see the underdog go and lift the trophy. It'd be great.
No, of course it would. Yeah.
Good for football as well, Steve. Let's be honest about it.
Well, definitely, yeah. Yeah, we all want to see the underdog win something, don't we? The smaller team. They were a big team in their day, though. Preston, weren't they? They were a hell of a team, back then.
Yeah, but end of the 19th century, they were the dominant side in English football.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought they were, the loft house and all that, Well, we're going way back, obviously, but I always remember I've seen all the old footage from then when the goalie was getting bundled in with the ball, wasn't he? It was at Lofthouse, and hitting it, and then pushing the goalie in, shoving the goalie in with it, and all that,
Yeah.
And,
Preston, mate. Yeah. I'm going back to the end of the 19th century. Not that I was around then, but some people may think. But they were the original Invincibles, right? They won the first ever First Division title. When football, football league started in this country, and I think they won it the next year as well. So yeah, they're top. They were top outfit, mate.
Yeah, for sure. So you're going for 1-0 Preston?
Yeah, right. I am. Don't ask me why. I just got a feeling that it's going to be their year. No rhyme nor reason to it, but it's probably end up losing 6-0 or something.
Yeah, we all know it's the cup does funny things. FA Cup, doesn't it? And brings up some strange scores and results. So you never know. I still can't go against Villa here. I just think they got too much, mate.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
Sensios and all that, and Rodgers and Watkins and McGinn and whatever. It's so many great players they've got. Surely
they have
this.
They have, but this is the FA Cup. These things like this happen, don't they? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, be up to you, Luca, by the way, there. Be up to you, mate. Cheers, bro, for coming in. You okay? Yeah, we're fine, mate. We're fine. I'm sorry, though, Warren. I'm going the other way here with Villa. I'm sorry, I've got to.
Well, fair play to you.
As much as I'd love an upset, I think it's going to be. I'm going 3-1 Villa.
Oh, fair play to you, mate. Well, you're probably right, mate. Logic would dictate that you're correct. Right? Do you know what I mean?
To be wrong, I'd love to be wrong, Warren. And if Preston win it, I'm backing them all the way. I'll back them in the next game. The semi. So because I'd love them to get to Wembley and the final, and win it. But I don't know. I just don't see it somewhere. I just don't. Even though it's the magic of the cup and whatever, but and they're at home, of course. But they're already going to make a bit of money out of it, aren't they? Let's be honest. So, but obviously, ideally, they would love to play at Villa Park. I'm sure, Premier League ground. But there you go. It's but if they did win it on their own patch, I'm sure, that'd be incredible.
See, the thing is, when you get to the quarterfinal, you can smell Wembley. Do you know what I mean? And it's going to give those players an extra, like, step in the, like, an extra couple of inches in their step and whatnot. And I don't know, man. I've just got this. I can't explain it, Steve. I've just got this feeling that they're going to turn them over. I really do. I don't know. Don't ask me to explain it.
No. Well, I hope you're right. I hope you're right there, Warren. I really do. But I just something. I Villa are going to have too much, surely. But you know, who knows? But I'll bring Manny on, and I think I know what he's going to say about this one. With his number one in goal, I don't think they're going to lose, are they, Villa, Manny? Somehow, do you think?
Well, it could very well be that Robin Olsen might possibly get to play, although maybe, yeah, because the thing is, with Emmy having already played 2 internationals for Argentina, including that rather contentious one against Brazil, while Olsen only played 1 international over the international break, I think Olsen might get the nod. And I can understand why Warren definitely has an affection for the underdog, in this case, Preston. And of course, there are a couple of Scotsmen in the team, including the international Ryan Porteous, who is on loan from Watford, and one of your boys, Steve, Jayden Magoma, who's on loan playing over there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
And there are quite a few players in that Preston team that there are quite a few Preston players in that team that I do like. I remember mentioning the former England under-20 goalkeeping star Fred Andy, I believe, was a coach at Newcastle. The Irish international Robbie Brady, Del Boy knows him only too well, still going strong. And one person who won't be playing is Kane Kessler-Hayden, because he's on loan from Aston Villa. But some other players are Sam Greenwood on loan from Leeds. And this obviously has the makings of a very interesting clash. But I'm sorry to have to tell this to you both. I just think Aston Villa are going to have a bit too much for them. And I'll tell you why. This Aston Villa season in the Premiership has been, very, very hot and cold. For what it's worth, they are still barely 2 or 3 points outside the Champions League places. But I've been telling you, Steve, that for the results that they've had against teams that aren't really, fit, aren't really up to their caliber, like, losing against Wolves at Molineux and only taking 2 points off Ipswich Town, I've told you that they have no chance of qualifying for Europe via the league places, although I wouldn't be surprised if they went on a late season run, which is typical of them, really, and end up, climbing up the table. If they do manage to overtake Manchester City, of all teams, who we'll be coming to later, then that would really, underline just how far the Citizens have fallen. They've had a horrible season. But Villa see the FA Cup and, to a lesser extent, the Champions League as big opportunities for them to win silverware and end up having a better season than a number of other teams in the Premiership, including Arsenal, because Warren can agree that we're not going to win bugger all. Forget about playing against Real Madrid. Anything the women can do, the men will not be able to do better, I'm afraid. So Aston Villa are going to take the FA Cup very seriously. I think they probably will play Robin Olsen in goal. I'd like to see him get some more games. He did well against Brentford. But apart from that, it could very well be a fairly strong team. Some of the players are coming back from injury. They've been training well. Their trip to Dubai and also back at Bodymore. I'm just glad that Unai Emery had the good sense not to go to Salt Bay and have that idiot shove a piece of steak in his mouth. I think Emery has a lot more class than that, and Warren can agree with me on that, definitely. I just think that Villa are going to be taking this very seriously because they want to win some silverware this season. So this FA Cup is probably their best chance. If they blow this, they know that they can never, ever, ever live it down. And especially after their poor cup performances in recent years gone by, they're going to want to make sure they make the most of it. So I've got Aston Villa to win this 3-1, actually. I just think, they've got so much firepower. Rashford will continue to want to prove his critics wrong. Watkins should definitely be in amongst the goals. And I just think this is going to be definitely a game where Villa will just improve their class. No clean sheet, either for Olsen or Martinez, whoever starts. Preston are definitely going to give a good account of themselves. I just don't think they have quite enough. And of course, look out for the striker Milutin Osmajic. I think that's how you pronounce it. He was in the news for the wrong reasons not too long ago, racism-based controversy. And he is another nasty player that Villa's defenders are going to want to watch out for. In fact, it could very well be him that ends up getting Preston's goal. But West Ham should score 3, and that should be enough, you see. Over and out. 3-1 to the Villa.
Yeah, well, I had gone for 3-1 as well, Manny. I don't know if you heard me before. I went for him as well. So I actually did go with it for Villa to win their buddy. So it was Warren that went for Preston, but you never know. It could. He's gone again. So who cares? Let's fucking move on, mate. Anyway, it ain't good enough, man, is it? Let's be honest. He keeps fucking off, and I'm not having it, mate. Anyway, so well, it's true, isn't it? You know.
No, you're spot on, mate.
You know, so let's move on to Bournemouth and City, man, because I think that's going to be a tasty one. Bournemouth and City, and I think I'm going for I'm going for an upset here. I'm going for Bournemouth. Is it really an upset though? At the end of the day,
well, this is the big question, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm not saying it yet, but I'll let you go first. Go on, mate, because you're the guest.
There's part of me. I'm really tempted to say something really out of order, but I'm not going to say it. I'll probably get booted if I say what I was going to say. I was going to say, Bournemouth will probably have another 8-1 victory.
Okay. No. I'm tempted, but no. You nearly got booted there.
No. All seriousness, I think Bournemouth are going to win.
It wasn't the full team, mate. So no, it's cool. Anyway, so carry on.
Yeah. Sorry, I've got a feeling that Bournemouth are going to win.
Yeah.
2-1.
Yeah, that's what because I'm saying I'm going Bournemouth as well. I think they'll have enough. They have too much for City because I just I'm not been impressed with them at all.
Because there's too many players out of form, isn't there, Steve? Not producing the goods, and the likes of Phil Foden, and this is when things like this are happening. This is when you need your top players, your stars, to take the ball by the horns and go, right, okay, we ain't losing this game today, and do you know what I mean? And stamp their authority on matches, but none of them seem to be doing it.
Yeah, exactly. And they've got the big name stars, there. You think at City, and you think they'd be big enough and still great enough to beat little teams and stuff. But I don't think of Bournemouth as little. I think they're a great team. They're going well in the Premier, and I think they got a great side there. Look all the players, Cliver and everything, Semenyo and Zabani and all that. They just got some team, mate.
Yeah, 100%.
I think they're going to do so. As you say, I think they can win this. But I'm going for a few goals again. I'm going 3-2 Bournemouth. I'm going to go for that.
Yeah, well, fair play to you, mate. The thing is, as well, that Bournemouth got in their favour. I'm not saying that Pep isn't, but their manager is top quality. Do you know what I mean? And I think
great manager.
He is a great manager. If he does well for the rest of this season, and he does it again next season, then I think Bournemouth be lucky to keep hold of him.
Yeah, I do.
Because vultures will be starting to circle.
I think any other team would take him as manager. You know.
Well,
You
except for us.
yeah, because they won't sack that prick you got there in charge, will they? Old Lego wig. They won't sack him, will they?
No, I don't think they'll ever sack him. I think the only way he's going is if he walks out himself. But
Yeah.
we're going off topic. Let's stay on the FA Cup now.
The time has gone anyway as well, so we just. But yeah, we move on. And Manny's back there, so let's give him a go again and see what he can do. If he, if it does it this time, Manny, you out 3 strikes, you're gone, mate. I'm afraid. But if you keep doing this, but anyway, I'll bring you back and hold on a minute. I'll just get the timer here ready because we won the timer, of course. So, and I'll be generous here as I am the host. So I'll bring you on, Manny. Mr. T, please keep it, and don't go off topic. Keep it on this subject and try and stay on here. And because we're obviously on Bournemouth and Man City in the Cherries, mate. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, first of all, I want to make it clear that I do not remember going off topic, and I will speak to you after this, but I think I'll be brief here, okay? I'm going to say right now that, Manchester City, the way they've been playing this season, it would be wonderful if, Bournemouth could really make their season a horrible one and leave them completely empty-handed. The only problem is, again, as with Aston Villa, I just think City are probably going to take this a little bit too seriously. I do have a very strong boss with up the cherries in all departments. Craig Beasley and the boys are good mates of mine. And I completely agree with both of you when you say that, Bournemouth have just been playing some amazing football and Iriola has done magnificently as coach ever since succeeding Gary O'Neill. And City definitely have had a somewhat schizophrenic cup run, really. They struggled against Plymouth, and other than that have been sort of stuttering in their performances despite having a much easier cup run. And there's a part of me that just thinks that they are now starting to lose a little bit of concentration. They can be picked off at any time. And is the game taking place at the Vitality or the Etihad?
Vitality. It's Vitality.
Might be at the Vitality, I think.
Yeah.
So, I think Bournemouth could, if it is at the Vitality, then Bournemouth are going to enjoy some really good home advantage there, and that could work in their favour, especially since they beat City at the Vitality earlier on in the season. City just know, though, that they've got a lot riding on this game. If they lose this game, then that's it. No silverware for them at all this season. And in that light, as much as I would like to think that this could be nicked by Bournemouth, I see this game going to penalties. And I'm afraid, I would love to be proved wrong because, I'm all about being proved wrong in many cases, but I just think City are going to do their bit to try to, completely just dig their heels in, make it a nuggety performance, and they'll probably against Leyton Orient, and certainly extra time and penalties, and I think they might just sneak through because that just goes to show that in knockout tournaments you have these very fine margins. So I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw after normal and extra time, and sadly City to just sneak through on penalties. But don't get me wrong, if Bournemouth win, I will be celebrating. And with that, I'm done.
Okay. Mate. Well, I've gone for the Cherries anyway. I think they're definitely going to win. I'm going 3-2 to the Cherries. And be up to all them, up the Cherries in all departments. Great bunch of lads. They're superb. Great channel. And great content and everything. So be up to you guys. And thanks for coming on my show once again the other day. Craig and all that. And I went on theirs, of course, and that was brilliant as well. So Craig and Matthew and all that there. Cheers, guys. But anyway, Warren, we're back to this. So obviously, did you say a score for this? Did you go? Yeah. Did you say Bournemouth?
Yeah. 2-0, I think, or 2-1, something like that.
2-1. Yeah. But Manny went for City. Well, I'm surprised because I know he likes Terry's. But there we go. No, I think they're a good team. I really like Bournemouth, and I think they're going to do something. They're going to win something, and it could be this. If you're saying old Preston could win it, how about Bournemouth? I mean, it's
Exactly.
I just really think they got enough, and they're going in the right direction, and with some great players and a great manager, and we'd have some of their players. I'll tell you that. I'm sure you'd have some of them as well. So
I'd certainly have the manager, mate. That's for sure. But they did it a few years ago, didn't they? They won the FA Cup.
Oh yeah. But I suppose that's pretty much it, isn't it? I mean, we've gone through them all, but we got anything more to talk about? Because obviously,
I just want to say, in relation to the FA Cup, I do believe quite strongly that if the Football Association want to give back the FA Cup some of its, to not say glory, but some of its importance, let's say, and people take it give it a bit more respect, like it used to have in the 70s and 80s when we were young lads, Steve. I do think they need to look quite seriously at the idea of giving the FA Cup winner a place in the Champions League, like the last qualification spot. So next season, people keep talking about how it's going to be 5 teams or whatever. If it's 5 teams or if it's 4 teams, the last qualifying spot, I think, should go to the FA Cup winners.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I think that people will then start taking the competition seriously. You won't see teams fielding weakened sides so much. Do you know what I mean? Especially if they know they're going to get into the Champions League by winning it. Do you know what I mean? I think it'll be a massive help in giving back the FA Cup what it used to have. Because I'm sure you can remember, Steve, as well. It was like FA Cup was special.
Yeah.
Like cup final day in particular as well was magical. Like, it used to be on TV like all bloody day, more or less.
Yeah, it used to really build up to it.
Yeah. 11 o'clock in the morning. I remember sitting there. My dad had his plate of sandwiches on his table next to the armchair, a pipe down the other side, and a lot of cans or whatnot at the ready. Do you know what I mean? It's just exactly. It was like an all-day event. It was brilliant. I used to love it.
Yeah,
mastermind and going on the coaches, interviewing the players on the coach on the lead up to Wembley, and it was just magical. But unless I just can't see it happening unless they do something dramatic like giving the FA Cup winners a place in the Champions League.
Yeah. Yeah, well, let's hope so. Yeah, that'd be great. But I remember, you say go back to all that and add it on a better time, suitable time, sensible time as well. Now it's fucking 4 or 5 in the fucking afternoon, late afternoon.
Yeah.
Why is it so late now?
Yeah, and it has to be the last game of the domestic season.
Yeah.
I'd even have it after the playoffs.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
Centerpiece, isn't it? It's a real centerpiece of it, you know.
It's a showpiece event.
Showpiece, yeah, definitely. And you know, as you say, after the playoffs, really, because although saying that they could fuck up the pitch, didn't they? You know, doing the playoffs before that. So really, you want to play on a good pitch, didn't you?
Well, that's another thing. I'd quite like to see the playoffs change, but that's a debate for another show. Do you know what I mean? But
we used to play at the other grounds, didn't we, Warren? Not fucking Wembley, you know, because it's all gone now for these lower teams. Say Preston got through, they're already at Wembley.
Yeah.
The semi-final.
No, the semi-finals, that's wrong. No, the final should be played at Wembley. That's it. None of this.
Not the semis.
I'm not in favour of that at all. I think playoffs should be 2 legs. I think the FA Cup final and England internationals, and that's it. And Charity Shield, that's it. Nothing else. Do you know what I mean? Keep it special. Like it used to be something special to get to play at Wembley. It's like every other week there's a game there now.
Yeah, I know. And they had, what was that other game they had on there the other day? And the pitch didn't look great or something. Or am I thinking of a different one? I don't know. Well, I know the pitch.
Latvia, was it?
Yeah, it might have been. But I know they had lines. I might think of a different one because they had lines and stuff on the pitch. Oh no, that might be Spurs. It might be Spurs. I'm thinking of. You know, at their ground because they play. They do a lot of stuff at their ground, don't they? They do concerts and all that other shit, right? And who cares about them anyway? Fucking bastards, you know, spuds. Anyway. You know, I mean, but no, I mean, it is bad though that you have so many things. It ruins the pitch, doesn't it? I know they used to do with Wembley as well. I know they used to have so much other things on, and it used to really fuck that pitch up, didn't it? And everything. You know, let's keep it for the big games, the big showpiece games, you know, and the internationals and so forth, you know.
Exactly. But I have to say, I'd quite like the playoffs to change. I'd like. It works really well in Scotland because what happens in Scotland is like 2 teams, like the bottom team of the league has to play the winner of the playoff tournament from the league below. So what will happen in terms of the Premier League here, you'd have 2 teams automatically relegated, right? Yeah. And then you'd have a playoff tournament with, say, top 4, top 6 from the championship, right? So there'd be like the 6th team and the 5th team and the 4th team and the 3rd team would play each other in semi-finals or something, or quarterfinals, right? The winners of those 2 games would then play each other, and then they would play the winner of the team that finished 3rd and 4th, right? So then, those 2 teams, the winners of those 2 matches would play each other, and then the winner of that would then play the team that finished, say, 3rd in the third bottom in the Premier League, right? So, but they did it once. I think Leeds did it with Crystal Palace or someone. And I think it was really exciting. And do you know what I mean? And it'd be really interesting to see what would happen. But I don't think it should happen at Wembley. I think it should be a 2-legged final. Like, you know, the 2 competing teams hosting a game each, just like a European tie.
Yeah.
not be held at Wembley. I think there's too many games at Wembley. It
I
needs
do.
to be
I
special.
really do. Hmm. And as you say, going back to that thing where I said about, it should be back at the other stadiums, why not make it new stadiums? How about the G-Tech? I know I'm being biased, sorry, I'm mentioning the B Stadium.
No, but why not?
Those semi-finals.
You're like, or having the Vase final there, or the trophy final there, or like, Middlesex County.
Yeah.
Because I remember going to Millwall to see the Kent County Cup final. Like, I've been to Millwall's ground. I've been to the old Den twice and the new Den once. The new Den, I went to see Margate play Chatham, I think it was, in the Kent Senior Cup final. Right? And there was about 5,000 people there, which for two teams of that size is really good, because I think Chatham were in the Kent League, and the other one was, I think, Margate. I think probably in the Isthmian League or something like that. So it was a good turnout for two sides of that level. But it doesn't have to. Not every final has to be played at Wembley.
No, exactly. And you could even go to the lower stadium, say Championship or League One or something. Go to one of their stadiums as well.
Yeah.
Bristol City got a great stadium, and I was trying to think of the other great ones that they got in the Championship.
Leeds.
I suppose.
Leeds have got a good stadium.
Yeah. Didn't they used to play them at Ellen Road at one stage, Warren, as well?
Not much. I think it was more like Hillsborough.
Oh, Hillsborough,
I don't think they've ever played anything there since the Hillsborough disaster.
No.
It's understandable. Bramall Lane, that's a nice stadium.
Yeah, Sheffield United, isn't it?
Yeah, I've been there. There's a few.
Was it Villa Park, City Ground? Did they do them there?
Yeah, they've done a few. They did some. Used to do some at Main Road, Villa Park, Old Trafford, Highbury. They used to have some at Highbury as well. Back in the day, Highbury outside of Wembley has hosted more England internationals than any other ground.
Yeah, better stadium and a better team then as well.
Well, yeah, exactly. But there's plenty of venues that they could use.
There is, isn't there? Well, they sometimes play a lot of the England internationals there now as well. Or the under-21s or whatever, they play them at these other grounds, don't they? So
so they should, because I said, mate, Wembley should be special to play there.
Sunderland, they used to play some games.
Sunderland Stadium of Light, that's another nice ground. Newcastle, that's another nice one.
Yeah. We got to go there soon. Yeah.
Well, and then because you got the Welsh teams playing in the English League, well, two of the Welsh teams anyway. You could also play at the Welsh National Stadium. What's it called? Play their international games.
Millennium, not the Millennium.
The Millennium Stadium.
Oh, right. I thought that, they're still going to Millennium Stadium. I used to go there. I went there 2 or 3 times. They're always pissing down with rain, though, all the fucking time. Hated it, man. That weather. It's fucking shit.
But it's a nice stadium. That's the thing.
Great stadium, yeah. Because they used to do that there because Wembley weren't around at the time, was it? They were rebuilt. Obviously, the new one and all that. The old one had gone. Well, knocked it down basically. It was falling down anyway, but they sort of knocked it down in the end, and then built that, and obviously had this one, Millennium Stadium. So they had to do it there. So obviously the new one was being built, wasn't it? So, but It is, you know, I hope they do, you know, see sense and go back to using the other stadiums because, you know, if you're a smaller team like Preston and you want to get to the final and play at Wembley, you don't want to be in the semis and already be playing there. It's magic's gone, isn't it? You lost it. You've already gone there.
Exactly. That
right.
doesn't help either with the magic of the FA Cup. It doesn't, because like winning through to Wembley meant something. Like you're going to play at the National Stadium. It's going to be broadcast all around the world. It was just special, man. And I just think it's really sad that like everything that was great about football is just slowly being eroded.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? It has, and like anyone who says it hasn't, they don't know what they're talking about. I'm afraid they don't. I mean, because you look at it, you just like go and have a look at some of these games, and the atmosphere and all the rest of it. It's just not the same. It's not. It's pale imitation, and the football was better then as well.
Well, yeah, it was.
It was. Do you know what I mean? The standard of football, I'm sorry, it's not up to what it was. I'm afraid. Yeah.
No, definitely, I'm afraid. But there we go. Yeah, it's been a great stream again here, buddy. It's been really good, apart from, one or two things which pissed me off. But anyway, but yeah, other than that, it's been really good and great discussion. Unfortunately, my other guest, John Sinclair, weren't able to make it. He sent me a DM me saying he couldn't make it, unfortunately, which is a shame. Would have liked to add him on here. Would have been a great guest, but hopefully he'll join me for the Newcastle preview. I know he did mention that. We would probably do that either on mine or on his, obviously on his channel. But unfortunately wasn't able to make it. But anyway, it's still been great. I still enjoyed this, and not the greatest of starts with it either. I've got it all fucking wrong with the background and everything. But I got to proper glasses on that I have now. I have two glasses. I've got to wear these for fucking doing this sort of thing, reading and all that, and on the screen, you know. And I had the other ones on, so fucking hell. Anyway. But anyway, please keep following me on Mr. B for Life on Insta there, Mr. B for Life 182. That there, Mr. B for Life 182, and subscribe to Mr. B Hive Football Chat and Mr. B Chats England Cricket. And there will be a cricket stream very soon. I'm definitely going to be doing one. Obviously, talking about the women's cricket at the moment with the. Obviously, they got rid of the Cats. Well, this was a few days ago, obviously, where they got rid of Heather Knight. Well, or she resigned, one of the two. I know as captain, and obviously John Lewis also walked away on the coaching there. So obviously want to go into all that and see who's going to be, who's going to be the new coach and the new captain and stuff. So we go into all that. Some stage maybe tomorrow. It's possible. It might happen. But
you're going to talk about Kevin Peterson as well.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. He needs to come in. They need to bring him in, Warren. They do. He's
ridiculous, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Do you see that video with him the other day going on in the IPL? It's just, even the 2 seconds you can see the passion the man has got for cricket.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? How is that? I just don't understand how the hell he's not involved with English cricket. And I don't want to hear nothing, all this bullshit about, he's upset too many people and like, fuck that. Just get the best man in for the fucking job. If he was Australian, mate, he'd be fucking running Australian cricket.
Yeah.
He would, do you know what I mean? They wouldn't fucking let some nonsense like him pissing in the fucking wicket or anything in the middle of the night and stop him.
Yeah, I know. some people talk utter bollocks, though, don't they? And some think they shouldn't bring him back because of this and that, and burnt bridges and stuff, things like that with the ECB, sorry, and all that. You know, I mean, it's that should be in the past, man. That's gone. You know, let's forget that. Let's move on. He's had his time. He's had his punishment or whatever he's had at the time, and I think it's still unfair with him anyway what they've done to him. But at the end of the day, I think he talks sense. He's been brilliant. He knows his stuff. He's not actually English. He's South African, but who fucking cares? And he's played for England, and he's a great player. You know, he's a fucking amazing player for England. He stood up at times when a lot of the others were fucking doing nothing, was shit. And he
just fucking went toe to toe with the Aussies. He wouldn't let them intimidate him, would he? He just fucking went out there and well, come on then, let's fucking be having you. Do you know what I mean? And I love that. Do you know what I mean? Just fucking bring it on then. Let's see how fucking good you really are.
Yeah, and he had that
thing. They go out there and they're fucking shitting themselves even before they get to the wicket. Do you know what I mean? It's a fucking joke, man.
And he had that thing with Warney, wasn't it? His mate Warney, R.I.P. Warney, brilliant. Yeah. But he was a real shithouse as well, Warney, let's be honest. He was a fucker as well, let's be honest. But, you know, and Peterson really knew how to say, he said, anything you serve here, Warney, I'm hitting it, mate. I'm smacking it.
Well, he fucking would as well. That's the thing. He would just like fucking wander off down the wicket. Bang! Bang! Like 6, 4, 4. Do you know what I mean? It was fucking brilliant.
It was, man. Oh, I love that. You know, not backing down and saying, look, I'm here, man. I'm having it. You know, I'm fucking. I've got the cojones. I'm gonna go. You know, I'm gonna smack it. You know.
But the problem is the ECB don't like all that fucking, you know, winning mentality. They just they're more interested in like fucking the cucumber sandwiches and the fucking all the bullshit. Do you know what I mean? We've got to wear the right sort of tie, and I just think no, fucking hell, that went out of fashion at the end of the 19th century. Let's fucking put that to bed for Christ's sake.
Yeah, that was back in the dinosaur age, wasn't it? Yeah. But no, it was, and you know, let's move on. You know, it's fucking, you know, we're talking 2025 here. We're not back in the fucking Stone Age anymore.
No.
Let's move on with it. But I hope they do bring him in. I hope they see sense and, you know, get the olive branch and get him back. You know, and because I think he's great. I think he's amazing. Him and Vaughan as well. Get Michael Vaughan in there. Who knew?
Yeah, 100%, mate. He is fucking quality. You look how the way he lifted up that England team when he got appointed as captain. It's fucking like, you know, the difference between what it was before he came in and after. It's fucking night and day, mate.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Cheers, Rich there. He's gone off to do his stream there, 8:30. Yeah, great one, mate. Have a great one. I'll probably try and watch it or come in the live chat at some stage, mate, as well. He does some great stuff. Red Devil United there, Rich there. Brilliant. And great stream. Cheers, bro. Cheers, buddy. And I'm sure your one will be good again. I'll be in there, hopefully. If I had time, I'll jump on. Yeah, you're welcome anytime, mate. Anytime. Come on. So brilliant. You know, hopefully next time. But, yeah. And, so we've got plenty of other stuff coming up, of course, as well. There's, you know, obviously Premier back next week. Looking forward to that. Although we got a tough one against the Geordies on Wednesday. That won't be easy away. So who knows? But hopefully I'll do a preview of that, of course, with hopefully with John Sinclair. Hopefully we maybe on his or on mine, one of the two. And who have you got again? Sorry, Warren, I've forgotten who Arsenal
I ain't
played.
got a fucking clue. I ain't got a clue. Like I said to you earlier, mate, I'm really like getting to the point now where I'm just not interested. I'm like no fucking interest in it whatsoever. I know that's really bad, but I just can't. I just can't be doing with this Arteta nonsense. It really fucking. I just can't see the sense in it. It's just like flogging a fucking dead horse. So, like, where we going with it?
Yeah, well, yeah, there you
Fulham.
go. You got Fulham. Is that?
Fuck,
Yeah.
that's gonna be a tricky one. We could fucking lose that. No,
I
I'm
know.
not joking, mate. They could lose that.
Yeah, that is next week, isn't it? Is this next week?
Mm.
You
Yeah,
said,
it is.
oh yeah, the first, because he looks like he's got on the 27th, but it's the first, isn't it? Yeah. I
Mm.
was looking at that and I thought that's got to be wrong, but no, that is it. Arsenal, Fulham. Yeah, that's going to be tricky for you, isn't it? Fulham, they're a good
It
team.
is. It's not going to be an easy game. I'm telling you. Like, you know, Fulham are a decent outfit and they've got a decent manager. They're going to have to be on their fucking. They're going to have to bring their A game if they want to win that one. You know, stop fucking playing players out of position. You know,
Yeah.
play the players in their like proper positions. Stop playing fucking defensive midfield players as strikers, centre backs as left backs, and left backs as centre backs. It's just fucking mental.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? This guy, this fucking manager, he's just like absolutely fucking clueless.
Mm.
Clueless.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
fucking idiot does that? Like playing a defensive central midfield player, one at fucking striker, the other one at fucking right back.
Mm.
And then like shifts the fucking right back into centre back and the centre back to left back so he doesn't have to play the left back. It just fucking makes no fucking sense. Three
No.
fucking players playing out of position to accommodate his fucking hang up about the left back is just, mate, it is fucking insane. I just do not understand what's wrong with this guy. There's something not right with him. He's not fucking right upstairs.
Well, we know that, mate. We know.
He's just not fucking wired properly.
Oh, look,
There's something not right with him. I'm telling you.
yeah, I was just seeing there the Brentford women one. No, you know, we can win something, Warren. You know, I know we lost that the other day, but you know, and oh yeah, look, he scored for Norway as well.
There you go.
Yeah, Brentford women beat Bromley 4-0, I think that was 4-0.
Well, that's just up the road from me, Bromley. I've been there a couple of times.
No, I think it was our ground. No, I think it was the G.
Oh, okay. Do you ever go to Bromley to see a match, mate? There's a guy, he's got like a van, he goes around selling jacket potatoes out of his van. Right?
Oh.
These fucking jacket potatoes, mate, I'm telling you, they are delicious. All sorts of different savoury fillings and all sorts.
I bet, no, it's 4-2 in the end. Yeah, but they still won.
Okay.
But yeah,
I definitely recommend the chili con carne, mate.
I bet they're loads better than the fucking Arsenal one. Arsenal pies and fucking whatever shit they have there, isn't it? And burgers
exactly.
and less, probably not as pricey either. Don't cost as much. But yeah, no, this was great. I'm happy for the Brentford women there. Brilliant. Congrats to them. Congrats to the Arsenal women. I know you hate going through all that, Warren, but congrats to the Arsenal women last night. I thought they were brilliant. In fact, awesome. You know.
Well, it is a good result beating Real Madrid, and like I said to you, I'm delighted for the girls who played. I really am. But as far as the rest of them are concerned, I couldn't give a fucking shit. The management, the fucking ownership, that fucking club is a mess, mate. It really is.
Yeah. Sure. It is. I'm still here, Warren. By the way, I'm just. I am still here. By the way, I was just I was elsewhere at the time there, but no, I'm still
no,
here.
you're all right. It's fine, mate.
So,
Yeah, but that is a good result. You know, beating Bromley 4-2.
yeah. Yeah, so that's great. And obviously, I'll go through, I'll look at our fixtures there. And of course, we have got Newcastle, as I say. It's going to be a tricky one, that one next Wednesday at St James, because of course they're the new Carabao Cup winners, of course, as we know. It's not going to be easy. But, you know, hopefully we can. Our way form's still pretty good, isn't it? We're on good form away. So,
well, this is it. This is the thing, right? You know, because they blow a bit hot and cold. Let's be honest.
mm,
You know, they form like, you know, 1 week they're superb, and when they're on their game, they're a handful for anyone. They could like beat anybody.
yeah.
But when they're not, like,
Mm,
you could go out there and win. If you go out there and win that one, fucking hell, mate, that'd
yeah.
be a massive one.
Yeah.
Nobody will. The old Ivan Tony derby. I mean,
I mean, also, could they be like chilling a little bit, getting their foot off the brake a bit, off the accelerator or pedal, and not going for it so much now because they won the Carabao Cup? They might just want to, you know, have we got them at the right time? Do you think? To
maybe because they guaranteed that they're going to be in Europe next season. Because Carabao Cup winner gets a place in the, I think they get place in the conference, don't they?
Think so. Yeah, yeah. I think they do. Yeah, yeah.
So they've got guaranteed European football. But the thing is, they might want to go for. Still think they might have. They still may think they've still got a chance for the Champions League.
Mm.
You know, so who knows? You know, they'd be parading the Carabao Cup. I would have thought before the game.
Yeah, rub our fucking noses in it, cunts. They fucking knocked us out of that. They knocked us out of it, didn't they? They knocked us out. They knocked us out of it, the fucking bastards, didn't they, Newcastle?
Well, they knocked Arsenal out as well. But
yeah, fucking arseholes. Come on, let's do them, the bees. Come on, lads. Let's sting them next Wednesday. Let's do it, you know? But we've got a nice, easy one after that anyway, so if we lose that.
Well, bit of a local derby, isn't it, Chelsea?
Yeah, we can beat Chelsea. We've done that a few times, beat Chelsea. Come on. We can do that. Easy, mate. They got that Jackson coming back, by the way. Yeah, very funny. Our defence is in trouble. No, it's not. No. But, you know, not with, you know, he's bad. Jackson is bad, and he never has a friend, does he? Either. So, but, you know. We got a certain team called Arsenal. Oh, yeah.
Well, I think you could definitely win that one, 100%.
Oh, I'd love that.
At least get a draw.
I'd love us to win that. You know, after you doing this at the GTEC on New Year's Day, man, I still can't get over that one.
Well, that was all Flecken's fault.
Yeah.
It was. I'm sorry, but you were 1-0 up and fucking comfortable and cruising, and then he just fucking does a madness. 2 of those goals were his fault.
Fucking cunt. Yeah. I wish I could get rid of him, man. Don't want him in goal. I hate him.
If you got made manager of that club, what would be the first thing on your to-do list, right?
Get that fucking arsehole out the door, mate. That's what I will.
Would you play reserve goalkeeper ahead of him?
Hey?
What happened? I just see you jump a couple of feet in the air.
So get the fuck out.
Would you prefer to have the reserve goalkeeper in?
Yeah, well, I'd have him all day, Valdemarson. I know he did sort of fuck up in one of the games, but I don't know. I think he's got to be better than this fucking clown we've got in goal. I really do. He's got to be, man. And, you know, I mean, I'll buy another one. I'd even buy another keeper.
But every time, I'm not being funny, but every time I watch a Brentford game, that Flecken does something fucking crazy. He really does. Like, there was the incident in the Arsenal game, right, when he fucking caused you to concede 2 goals. Then there was that game the other day when he just kicked it straight off the pitch. You know the one I'm talking about, don't you? I can't remember who it was you were playing, but he kicked it straight out. It was like fucking. It was like a fucking rugby match. Watching like a fullback fucking kicking for touch.
Not having him. He's a fucking idiot. Get the fucking bastard out. I hate him, man. He's fucking annoying me. Hate him. I mean, we've got the other guy out, and that defender. Why can't we get this bloke out as well? You know.
But does he get stick off the home fans when you've been to the GTEC recently? Does he get like abuse from the fans?
He does a little bit at times, but some of them actually really like him and think he's really great. And I thought, what? Are they seeing a different keeper to me? Is this somebody different? I mean, okay, yeah, he does make some decent saves, but that's what you expect from a fucking keeper, don't you, to make some saves?
It's his job, isn't it?
A lot of the time
as well. That's what he keeps saying. It's his job.
It's his fucking job, but he still fucks it up though all the time. And that's why we should win, and we don't hold on to the leads again. We don't hold on to a dog lead, mate. We can't.
You're no good doing a dog walking service, would you?
Yeah, I don't know. I can laugh about it, mate. It's fucking embarrassing, mate, and it's terrible. I had enough of it, but there we go. And
do you think the manager will do anything about this situation? Because he has cost you a lot of goals this season and potential victories. Well, points. Do you know what I mean? Like, I reckon he's cost you at least 5 or 6 points. Where would you be with that extra 5 or 6 points?
Well, we'd be up probably about 7th or 6th or something. I don't know. Maybe 5th even. I don't know. I mean, we'd definitely be up there, wouldn't we? Let's be honest. But then also I can't all blame it all on him, because some of our other lot haven't done it at times. But I mean, a lot of them big season, but there's still
time. A lot of the time that Rursleff was playing as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, but we got rid of him, Warren, thankfully, at last. We actually got rid of him. And, no, I didn't want to get rid of you, buddy, but you have gone. But we'll see if he comes back in a minute. I will be ending the stream, guys, anyway, because this has gone on a bit longer than I thought. So 1 hour 29. I'm not going to go 2 hours or nothing tonight. So shame I didn't have my other guest on. That was a real shame. But I had Warren and Manny on the stream. Thanks to those guys, sort of. Well, one more than the other. Let's put it that way. But anyway, it's been a great stream, and I hope you join me for the next one. Obviously, we'll be going back to doing the Buzz next week, the first one, the Buzz at some stage, probably Monday. Probably go through all the scores from the FA Cup and everything, and the results and whatever happens. Probably going through all that. So, I'll be doing that, and obviously this one again as well, and obviously the one against Newcastle and Bees preview. So that'll all be next week. Just bring Warren back, and as I say, that cricket stream as well. Hopefully, I'll do that maybe tomorrow if I'm able to. If not, it might even be the weekend. I might do that the weekend possibly, but I'll let everyone know, of course. There's plenty of content to come, but let's go to you, Warren. Where can we find you, sir?
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook and X and Blue Sky, and also on what's it called? Threads and YouTube. And all of them are called Warren's Team Talk. So yeah, that's where you can find me.
Yeah.
But thanks for letting me come on, mate. I really enjoyed it. It was a great stream, great debate. Very interesting.
You're always welcome on, you know that. And a lot of my guests are when they actually hang around and stay on the bloody stream as well and don't piss about and whatever.
Yeah.
So I know you're respectful, but some of them aren't, as we know. So I just couldn't hack that anymore. So I just had to, you know what, boot him. So anyway. But anyway, guys, it's been a great stream again, and please join me for the next one. But I'm obviously going to be going to get something to eat in a little while as well. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot, and see you for the next one. We're out of here. Bye, everyone. Cheers.
Cheers.
Guys. Bye.